Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book Networking Like a Pro and creator of the popular program How to Find and Get More Paid Speaking Engagements. And today we are going to talk about 3 letters that can help you get more paid speaking engagements. 3 letters, 3 letters, 3 letters, 3 letters to help you get more paid speaking engagements. They are VCP. All right? VCP. V is for visibility. This is actually from Dr. Meisner, founder of BNI. He and I wrote a book together. We put it in our book on Networking Like a Pro. V stands for visibility. As a speaker, people need to be able to know that you exist. A lot of times I'll run into people who I'm working with and they want to go out and do more paid speaking engagements or just speaking in general. You know, forget the paid, just in general. And they're like, what do I need to do in order to do that? And the first thing I say is, you got to get more visible. You know, what do you mean, Brian? I mean that you have to be able to create an awareness so that people are able to know that you exist. I'm talking about blogging. I'm talking about video. I'm talking about a newsletter. I'm talking about social. I'm talking about, if you want to get frisky, a podcast. I'm talking about going on other people's podcasts, interviews. All right, people need to see that you exist. They need to be aware of you in the first place before anybody, can hire you to come speak or is going to pull out their checkbook to invite you to their annual conference or event or training or anything like that. So V stands for visibility. You need to get more visible. C stands for credibility. All right, it's not enough just to be out there. People also need to know that you know what you're talking about. Right? Now, the good news is that when you're visible, hopefully you're being credible too. So like I'm doing this video right now, right? And that's giving me visibility. And hopefully by the time you're done, or maybe now, you're like, boy, you know what? This guy's making a lot of sense. Like I never thought about it that way. And that's, we'll talk about that maybe another time, but that's really what you want. That's your goal when it comes to content. Boy, you know what? I never thought about it that way. Or, boy, you know what? That's interesting. Boy, you know what? That was a really different perspective. And yes, I'd like to have him come down and speak at our event or training or conference or things like that. So C stands for credible. How do you be credible? Well, most people know their stuff. Like if you don't, then you do some research, listen to what your clients are saying. If you don't have clients, listen to what your prospective clients are saying. Do a poll, Survey Monkey, ask people. Talk to some friends, tell them what you're thinking about speaking about. Hey, listen, I'm thinking about speaking on leadership. I'm thinking about speaking on emotional intelligence. I'm thinking about speaking on success. Read some books like Success Principles, Mark Victor Hansen. So there are some things you can do to increase your own knowledge level so that you can become credible. And that would absolutely, when combined with visibility, makes a really dynamic duo. And then last but not least, that leads to the profitability. That's where you get the paid speaking gigs, okay? So what happens is you're visible with your, let's say in this case, video or blogging or something like that. You're credible because you know what you're talking about. And then from there, you need to make sure that you give people, like for speaking, your website is professional looking. Your website allows people to contact you easily. Maybe like for me, LinkedIn is a big thing for me, okay? That's how you turn that into profitable. And that, quite frankly, is how you can have these 3 letters turn into more paid speaking engagements. You're visible, people are more aware of you. You're credible, people know that you know what you're talking about. And then that becomes profitable. People find you online. Maybe you're making calls. Maybe I like to reference people to my website with the VCs, my visible, credible videos on the site. So no one says that it has to be, oh, well, I put a video out and they find me on Facebook or something. No. No, you can absolutely have these videos. I like videos, especially if you're talking about paid speaking. You can have these videos ready to go on your site, on your blog or whatever, and they can absolutely find them. All right, so VCP, 3 letters to help you start getting more paid speaking engagements right away. In the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard, saying so long, take care, and thanks so much for your time.